Hello and welcome to AM Guitar, and today we are going to tell the story of Floorboard. Now, Floorboard is an upscaler guitar made by Jason at Maybury Guitars. Maybury Guitars are a local luthier to me, and Jason has, over the years, become one of my best friends. So I'm really I love telling the story of this guitar. So the story of Floorboard starts in 2019, around about April. And Jason has made a couple of upscaler guitars. And he wants to make two new ones, a premium one and a budget one. The premium one's going to be made of all hand-built stuff and to premium electronics, and the budget one is going to be what he's got lying around in the workshop. The budget one being Floorboard here. Dante was a very different beast. Neck was handmade, everything else. You can see a picture of the two of them together. I'm not allowed to touch Dante. Every time I touch Dante, something breaks. So the pictures here, I've reviewed Dante, there's a video of it on the channel, and that was the last time I was ever allowed to touch it, because as soon as it got back to him, things started going wrong. It's in perfect condition now, but every time I touch it, something goes wrong. One of the first things we need to discuss is, why is this called Floorboard? Other than the fact that it looks like a floorboard. Well, that's the exact reason, because my daughter, who at the time would have been 8, possibly 7, saw it and just went, "Daddy, that looks like a floorboard." And that name just stuck, which I love. And that is just another thing that makes this guitar so unique. My daughter named it, another reason why I love it so much. So Floorboard was the kind of the cheap little brother, and was made, or is made, from Norwegian spruce, 2 pieces. You can see, on the back, you can see it better, there's like a join down here. It is a Mexican Fender Strat neck, and in the original picture you can see it has tulip Vanson tuner heads. It has a standard control plate, had Vanson neck and bridge pickups, the Vanson bridge, and it had ordinary control pots. And one of the things that you'll notice about it is how thin the guitar is. So if we look at the two of them side by side, much thinner than a standard Telecaster. And that had some interesting problems. So because of how thin it is, the neck, the heel of the neck was too big. So when we first played this guitar, it was like playing a bow from a bow and arrow set. Archery set. So bits of this had to get shaved off. Other than that, it came out almost perfect first time for an experiment. You can also see, when you look at Dante and you look at Floorboard, how the hook has changed. So the hook on the headstock has changed a few times, and the hook on the actual body has changed a few times. Actually, I'll put a picture up here of a design that never got made, thankfully. But it was a nice kind of evolution between the two guitars, and like I said, it's evolved since then. But other things on this guitar have evolved. It's not stayed sort of stationary, because this is one of my go-to main played guitars. So the most obvious thing you can see, I suppose, is the pickup. Now this is actually the 3rd pickup that's been in this neck position. So originally I changed the 2 pickups for Tone Rider Hot Classics, and then I decided I wanted a P90 in the neck, and Jason had one lying around. So we think it's a Warwick. It may be a Vanson. The tuner's changed, because I didn't really like the tulip one, so I got standard Vansons. The plate here has changed to a Rock Rabbit slanted one. And obviously these are dice, not standard controls. I was at Jason's house and I saw these, and he let me have them because he's cool like that. Other than that, all that's really changed now is that it's just got older. You can see wear and tear on it, but it is still one of my favourite guitars. You can tell, it's really light, it balances well, and it just plays superbly, which is cool because of the fact that it's such a sustainable guitar. So what I love about it is that it is made of bits and pieces. So it is a really sustainably built guitar. And I think one of the things that Jason is doing is trying to make sure that everything that he builds has a sustainable message to it. So it's using well-sourced woods, using things that he already had rather than throwing things away. If he gets a guitar and there are bits on it he's not happy with, he'll take them off and use them on another guitar. They won't get thrown away. So it's a great example of reusing what's available to you. And it's just a superb guitar. You know, so it's one of my favourite guitars. It gets gigged, it gets played all the time. I would love to hear what you think about Floorboard and the whole thing of upscalers and this kind of thing. You know, it's not a relic. This is just literally lumps of wood stuck together and made into a guitar. I'd love to know what you think about it, what unique bits of gear you've got. Any bits of unique gear you've seen that I play that you want to know the story of. You know, the Daphne Blue Squire I've been playing recently that I bought off a lovely gentleman local to me. Any of the pedals you've seen that are interesting. I'd love to know what you want to know about that I own or that I've owned in the past, or any questions you've got about it. Obviously, like and subscribe because I need that validation, and comment because I want to hear from you. It's a conversation. I can't wait to tell you more stories about my gear and things that I've had in the past. But until then, I will see you again soon. Cheers.